iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone.
What's up guys, Blazing Tech, and today we're going to be analyzing the question, is Apple failing? Now all signs point to yes, and I'm going to tell you why, and this really hurts me to tell you guys because I love Apple. Without any further ado, let's get into it. With a lot of questions hanging in the balance on whether or not Apple could live up to the hype, Tim Cook created and developed the iPhone 5, and it really left a great taste in our mouth. It fit in our hands properly. He did increase the screen size, unlike what Steve Jobs wanted, but it really worked out. It was nice and boxy. It felt good. The dimensions were great. The chamfered edges were beautiful. The buttons were nice and tactile. They were round. And everything about the iPhone 5 was great. It seemed like when the iPhone 5S came out with the fingerprint scanner, everything was going to go great. We really didn't know what they were going to make next. And really, the iPhone 6 was the pinnacle of disappointment. In a failed attempt to really compete with Samsung, they made a bigger phone, which was 4.7 inches. And I mean, it kind of worked out. I like it, but it really drifted away from the iPhone 5 and how well that felt in the hand. It wasn't boxy, it was round. The camera lens stuck out, so you would feel really bad about putting it down on a table because you might scratch your camera and mess up the entire phone. It just really wasn't great. I mean, they didn't increase the base model specifications. They didn't increase 16 to 32 gigs, and then we got caught paying the same price for a 16 gig phone, and we knew that we were going to run out of storage, but who could afford a 64 or 128? They made the little tap the home button to hit those things on the top, but it was really kind of annoying. The iPhone 6 didn't really change much, and it still suffers from the same problems that the iPhone 6 did. The only thing we could really hope for is for the iPhone 7 to increase the capacity and change the exterior. Something that's a clear indication of their failure is when they canceled the iPod Classic line. What are music enthusiasts going to do? Are they going to put it all on an iPod Touch? No, because that's going to take up a lot of space with apps and software. You're not going to get 128 gigs. This was 160 gigs of pure music. They were retarded to cancel this. You can look up on YouTube and watch all the rants, but see, I still carry mine because my stupid iPhone 6 is only 16 gigs, and I can't carry all my music. With my iPod Classic, I can carry all of my music, and it never dies on me, and it's 100% music only. Alright, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. This is Apple we're talking about. The iPhone 7 is going to be amazing. Wait, what did you say? No headphone jack? No headphone jack? Did they listen to the Steve Jobs keynote for the first iPhone? No headphone jack? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all my headphones? Look, I've got my Sony MDR V55s right here. They're my favorite. What am I going to do? You want me to carry an adapter that you're going to charge me $50 for? No way. I'm going to lose that thing in a day. Where am I going to plug in my headphones? Apple. iPod, internet, and phone together. You need a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Not everybody has Bluetooth headphones. I'm not going to pay $300 for Philips Lightning headphones. No way. Retarded. Keep it big and make a bigger battery for the phone. We don't want it lighter and faster. We want to use it more often. There is still hope for Apple. If they're really not going to have a headphone jack in the iPhone 7, this is the only thing that's going to save them, and it's the Apple Watch. If the Apple Watch 2 is as good as the Apple Watch 1, then that's what they're going to need to focus on. Something really cool that I think would help them out is if you could use the same charger for your Apple Watch and your iPhone together. Now, if that would just magnetically kick in there, that would be perfect. Then I could just put that in my car. Wouldn't even have to worry about wires connected to my phone. Just put it in there and I'll be able to play my music. That'll be great. Because we know they're going to end up changing the Lightning anyway, because they did it with the 30 pin and rendered all of our 30 pins useless. What Apple is basically doing today is they're just going out for the money here. See, $1,300 for basically an iPad with a keyboard. This Intel Core M processor is not going to be very powerful. You couldn't do a lot of video editing on this machine. You probably could be able to do a little bit of iMovie, but that's it. And then you run into another problem. Where are you going to connect your SD card? Where are you going to connect your backup hard drive? Because right now I'm running my backup hard drive and my SD card because my 256 gigs of flash storage is not enough to carry all my music and all my photos. So then I have to carry around that. With only one USB-C port, you can only really put one little hub there for all your different connectors. And is that really going to be practical? What I want my laptop to be is something lightweight and portable that I can carry, and I don't need to carry around extra things for it. It needs to just work. And for $1,300, this thing better work. Like I said, this is basically a bona fide iPad with a keyboard with a beautiful display. If they were smart, they would have just stuck a Retina display in the MacBook Air and kept everybody happy. Nowadays, the iPhone, if you want one, is going to cost you $649. Granted, you don't do the Next program here, which is only $21 a month, but in the long run, you end up wasting a lot of money because in the end, the phone is not going to be yours. With the 2-year service contract, I could sell my old iPhone and recuperate most of the money that I used to jump to a new iPhone, but $649 for a 16GB iPhone is ridiculous. Now, the models they come in is a 16 gig, a 64, and a 128. What Apple should really do is push the 32 as a 16, and that would at least give some normal people like me and you the ability to carry around all our music and take a good amount of photos. And then, I don't know about you, but I put my photos on my backup hard drive because my MacBook flash storage is not enough. But yeah, what I'm saying is we can dump our photos, but music and photos together, we need to have the ability to carry at least a good amount of both. And at $649 for the 16 gigs of storage on the iPhone is not doing it. Now see, the only other option here is the iPod Touch, and for music enthusiasts that have a vast music library, 128 gigs might not do it. I know that the iPod Classic did it for everybody, and it was perfect. And they might not have sold that many, but they kept the music enthusiasts that have thousands and thousands and thousands of songs happy. See, 16 gigs is basically for me and you, because we can't put all our music on the iPhone. But here, we really need the iPod Classic for those music lovers that have tons and tons of music. And Apple really didn't think that through. And I think that now would be a great time for the iPod Classic 7th generation to resurface, as they're thinking about taking away the 3.5mm headphone jack on the iPhone. And what I think is really a dumb idea, because Steve Jobs himself said it. The iPhone was an iPod, a phone, and internet access on a mobile device, and we're completely drifting away from that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully I didn't offend any of you. I love Apple myself, and hopefully you guys still do, and hopefully they heed our warnings and they do not make these mistakes and basically dig their own grave. Thanks for watching, guys. Blazing Tech. We'll catch you on the next one.